It's your boy Lil Mouse, and I just jumped off the porch of Daddy Club Bass.
Sip that lean, all this money keep coming out life, I can't complain. Neighbors don't know I rap, they think I sell cocaine.
Alright, we got Lil Mouse jumping off the porch with us today.
You know what's going on, man.
For sure, man. How you feeling, gang?
Feeling good, man.
No cap. It's a pleasure to have you on the porch with us today.
Appreciate it, man. You already know I had to come do this shit.
For sure. It's been long overdue for a minute now, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we put it together.
You know it.
So what you out here doing today?
Working and shit, man. I'm finna drop. I got Emery Boy coming project. I'm finna drop these singles off of it first.
Yeah.
Type shit. Before I drop the whole thing.
That's real. So you just down here putting in a little bit of motion?
Working and shit. I've been in the studio, man, working.
Yeah.
That's all it is to do.
No cap. How would you compare working in a city like Atlanta versus Chicago?
I mean, you can work anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I could work anywhere. It don't really matter, but I just feel like shit. Yeah, I can work anywhere, I ain't gonna lie. But shit, out of Chicago, for me, it'd always be like a little better type shit. Cause what a motherfucker got going on type shit, so
That's
I just feel like, it's always better somewhere else. I'll be really locked in type shit when I'm somewhere else type shit. So.
Yeah. So how would you compare growing up to Chicago versus seeing the other cities you've been through? You know what I'm saying? How would you compare the city of your home to the other places you done visited so far?
Shit, it's all the same to me. Shit, it's like shit. What's going on in my shit is going on somewhere else. It happened somewhere else, so it's So shit, that shit really be all the same to me. Shit.
How would you describe coming up in Chicago? What part of the city you from?
I'm from Southside, from the Hundreds. Shit, coming up for me, shit. Like I played sports and shit, so it was just like a regular kid type shit. I just like the music,
Yeah.
I just like the music type shit, so. Me and my brothers and them used to always like music and shit, so that shit just like really went hand in hand type shit, but it was just like regular shit, regular kid shit, bad shit, you know how that shit be growing up type shit.
So it's crazy to ask when would you jump off the porch, you know what I'm saying? We done seen you stamp yourself at age 13, you know what I'm saying? So when would you say you really started gravitating towards like your environment? Like when would you say, you know what I'm saying, you went to Chicago for what we know it for?
What age? I'd say probably a little bit before I started rapping for real. I was getting older type shit. I don't really know what age, but probably a little bit before I started rapping. I always knew like, my city was what it was, but as I got older and got to seeing like, I don't really know what age, but it was probably a little bit before I started rapping though.
Yeah. So when would you say you jumped off the porch with it?
Probably like 12, like around that age. Yeah.
So at what age would you say, not even what age, when would you say you knew it was time to like change shit around and just fuck with the music for real?
That age.
12?
Yeah. That's when I started the music and shit a little bit after that, so it was like, I'm hard. I already knew I could, you know what I'm saying? Because I love music type shit. I used to always do this shit as a kid, so.
Yeah.
It was like I already knew I could do that shit.
Yeah. So walk us through your first creative experience in the studio. What was it like for you?
That shit was fun. I ain't gonna lie. I still make it fun now, but it's just like after all this shit now, it just be like really all work now. But I still make it fun. You know what I'm saying? I still have fun with this shit though. But back then, that shit just be like. Cause it was like my first time, you know what I'm saying, in the studio or whatever, making music and shit, so that shit used to always be fun and shit, so I used to like that shit. It was never hard for me or nothing to make music, never hard. I write all my shit, it's never hard, so I used to just go in that bitch and have fun.
Yeah. What was your first studio situation? Was it like a professional studio or was your homeboy setup?
My first studio was professional, I ain't gonna lie. Producer I was fucking with, Chicago, my boy Chase. And shit was professional. Hell yeah, he had the whole setup. And he had the setup at home too. He had the setup at his crib too, so we was just like from the studio to his crib, studio to his crib. I'm trying to see which one I went in first. I don't know if I went to the crib first. I probably did go to the crib first, but I was right in the studio too type shit. So it was like he had Stu at the crib and he had the real Stu, so we was just like in both of them motherfuckers.
So how did you and Chase lock in?
Through my team that I was fucking with before. That's how we had locked it in. he had locked us in. He the one did produce Get Smoked and shit like that. He did all the beginning shit type shit. So that's how we locked it in though through my old team.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
So once y'all locked in, how long did it take for y'all to create the hit Get Smoked?
No time.
Yeah.
That was like my third song me recording for real. First video I dropped, but that was like the third song that I recorded. Like I recorded another song, me and Shada, and I recorded another song by myself. Then I recorded Get Smoked. But that was the first video. That bitch was so hard. I remember playing that bitch in the hood. We in the hood playing that bitch. I said that bitch so hard.
Yeah.
It was like the bitch already dropped this shit. This gotta be the first video you shoot.
Yeah.
I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Yeah, this is gonna be the first video we shoot right here. That bitch too hard.
And after that, it was just out of here.
Yeah, after that shit history, man.
Man, what?
Shit did what it did.
Did you expect that record to take over the way it did?
Nah, nah, hell no. I just thought shit, motherfuckers just go, another rap video on YouTube. I ain't gonna say like I ain't believe in myself, but
Yeah.
I ain't just gonna sit here and, you know what I'm saying, lie to you. And like, yeah, I just knew it was gonna, nah, I ain't know that shit was gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah. How would you say that shit impacted the city of Chicago?
I'll say shit, especially like I say for motherfuckers like my age and shit, like young motherfuckers, it made them feel like, oh damn, I could do this shit too. Like it made them feel like I could do this shit too. Ooh, I could do this shit too. I know it made motherfuckers feel like that my age, cause I was seeing it, you know what I'm saying? Like all type of motherfuckers rapping, my age, shorties and shit, you know what I'm saying? When around that time type shit, so I knew it was probably how motherfuckers like, damn, shorty going crazy, talking this shit.
Yeah.
And I know it really shocked motherfuckers, cause motherfuckers had, bad shit to say about it. Motherfuckers had good shit to say about it, so.
What was your reaction to the backlash of everybody negative reaction of you being so young, talking about the things you was talking about?
I always look at a situation as both sides, you know what I'm saying? So I put myself in their shoes if I was older and looking like, man, this child just come out the blue cussing this shit. But, you know what I'm saying, talking about what he talking about. But also, shit, y'all know, like, that's how everybody started, man. That's how you started. Everybody started young. You don't start old, you start young, shit. And then you already know, like, the environment we come from and how we come up and shit. So it was just like, that shit was like already in a motherfucker. It wasn't like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Was putting a battery in my back and telling me to do this and do that. Nah, this shit me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, so.
That's real. What about once Lil Wayne hopped on the record?
That shit, man. That shit went crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. Motherfuckers thought I was signed to him money. That shit went crazy though.
How did that come about? Because that was, at that time, still the biggest artist in the world. So for him to hop on your record, what did that mean to you? And not only did he hop on the record, he left your verse.
That shit meant a lot. I appreciate that. That shit meant a lot. The impact, man, that shit, I don't know, man, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't how it came about. Shit, I don't really know how it really came about. I know that he, reached out first. They reached out first type shit, but I ain't know nothing about it. Like they was like keeping it a surprise, like trying to make it a surprise for me. So I ain't really know nothing about it till after type shit. Like, man, Wayne got on Get Smoked. Ooh, what the bill? I'm like, man, you cap. I'm thinking motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, lying and shit, but that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't even like really keep that shit a secret. I told folks them. I told my homies and them. Like, man, they talking about Wayne hopping on some shit. Ooh, at the been on folks them. He put that bitch on what that was, Dedication 4.
Yeah.
History, man, that shit history.
One of the best records of all that bitch.
And he kept both of my verses on there, didn't he? Snap, stop playing with him.
Yeah.
Or did he put one verse on there?
And he did your ad-libs too.
Yeah, he do the ad-libs in the back. Hey, he went crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's how I knew it was like, he was like really feeling the song and shit. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was really feeling that motherfucker when he heard that. Like, for them, he didn't redid the whole song.
Yeah.
He was rapping all over that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that shit turned.
But the momentum didn't stop for you there because you followed back up with 100 bars. So talk about keeping, you know what I'm saying, your name alive and keeping the momentum going.
That was motivation, man.
Hell yeah.
Like, motherfuckers already motivated. But that was just more motivation, like, oh yeah, motherfucker gotta keep going with this shit, you know what I'm saying? They liking me, I'm nice with this shit, so motherfucker gotta keep going.
Straight up. Talk about the impact of the hundreds though, because not only are you know what I'm saying, you made your stamp, you had Katie Got Bands come out, you know what I'm saying, do her thing. So how did it build up for the hundreds, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had y'all cool points at that point going.
We was, man, motherfuckers just going crazy, man. And I ain't expect none of this shit to happen, you know what I'm saying, nothing to go the way it went.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just putting in the work and shit, you know what I'm saying? You see what happened when you put in the work, so shit. All I know is just work, shit.
Real shit.
Yeah.
So fans want to know, why did you disappear and why, you know what I'm saying, putting back the motion now?
Everybody go through shit. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker. But I would never like really fail back. I was still dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But motherfucker just going through some shit out, you know what I'm saying, type shit, so I had to come back. But I was still dropping. If you go look back during all the times and shit, I was still dropping.
Yeah.
Mixtapes, all type of shit. Me and D-Money was dropping all time. I was dropping still.
Yeah.
So shit, I ain't never really like disappeared. I was still dropping.
Straight up. Talk about how hard it was losing your brother.
That shit like a pain that you would never, that you would never think to have or go through, you know what I'm saying? Like I lost a lot of motherfuckers, I lost a lot of motherfuckers growing up, you know what I'm saying? But that shit just like hit different, that shit's like different shit. That shit different.
What type of strength did you have to build up for you to keep carrying on and keeping his name alive?
Just keep going. That's all he wanted me to do. Just keep working. Locked in, stay locked in. Fuck all the other shit. Stay locked in. Like, yeah, this what matter.
For sure.
Like, fuck all the bullshit. Gotta really lock in.
And if it's one thing you want the world to know about your brother, what would it be?
And Shorty had the biggest heart. The biggest heart ever. And like, he was the brother that taught me the music shit, so it was just like, you know what I'm saying, like this, it's like we talked about this shit our whole, for a long time. We talked about this shit our whole life, so, you know what I'm saying, so I know he really wanted this shit, he really wanted me to have this shit, so it's only right to keep going.
Spill. What inspired and where did the name come from? Micheal Mouse Myers.
Micheal Mouse Myers?
Yeah.
Shit, that shit, I ain't gonna lie. I think shit just, I don't know how I came up with the name for real, like, but he just like shit. Then I fuck with Micheal Myers too, like, you know what I'm saying, just the movies and shit on that side. So I just like threw my name in the middle of that shit and I just like went with it. Then like the first little album and shit I dropped of that shit went crazy.
Yeah.
And I liked it, like the whole concept of it type shit. So I'm like, yes, that's me. Mouse Myers, and that's why I was just going by Mouse Myers, shit like that, Micheal Mouse Myers. But so shit.
How did you live up to the persona of Micheal Mouse Myers?
Shit. Shit. Folks savage shit, and that's how we coming. We coming like that, savage. Masked up. But I fuck with Micheal Myers though, so that's how I really just, you know what I'm saying? That's how I really just came up with it.
Real shit. Talk about linking up with Azae, another Chicago legend, recently for the Diablo live performance.
Azae, that's my boy. Shout out Azae, that's my boy, man. We always been locked in since the beginning type shit, so that shit was just like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit like, we gotta do this type shit, and it was just like perfect time. Me and him was at the same spot, at the same place, same time, so shit, we just made it happen type shit.
For sure. What's one thing you want listeners to take from your music and your message that you back now?
I'm telling my story, man. Telling how it is, how I look at this shit. You can take it however you want to take it, but I'd rather you take it how I'm giving it to you. But if you don't take it like that shit, you take it however you want to take it, man. But I'm just really telling my story, man, just let motherfuckers know. Popping my shit, what they say. My first shit, man.
Real spill. So besides music, what else are you working on, and what else you been up to lately?
Really only put my all into the music shit. For real. Got other shit too, but really I just want them to focus on this music that I'm putting out that I'm finna drop. This comeback type shit, so you know, that's what I want them to focus on mainly.
Talk about the creative process of putting this project together versus any other project you worked on previously.
This project, it was kind of like, I ain't no kind of, this project was like, you know, motherfuckers went through shit, you know, all the shit a motherfucker went through, type shit these past years and all that shit, so it was just, cause I got, you know, shit that I been did and I got new shit, like it's like together, like I went and grabbed some shit and I made new shit, all the shit, you know, newer shit, the shit I've made recently, I went type shit, so it's really like, yeah, that shit, I took my time with it, type shit, so, and I really made sure, like, we done went over the track list and shit by 100 times. Took shit out, pitched shit back, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit, so it's really like, yeah, I took my time with this shit, so that shit, like, different from any other project type shit.
Real shit. Any last words and shout outs? And tell the people the name of the project and when it's dropping, man.
Man, I'm a boy, the name of it, I ain't gonna give y'all no date. I got these singles coming off at first before I drop the whole thing. And shit, man, be on the lookout for that new shit, man. Y'all know I'm coming, y'all know how I'm coming.
Well, still, man. Lil Mouse, we appreciate you having you on the porch with us today, gang.
You know that.
For sure.